to do a little too much, and they act like they're like as big as the WWE. But I mean, they really need to start to where they're at. Start low and just build back up to that point where they can be successful.
Yeah, I mean TNA's. I mean they've got to separate themselves and be a completely different brand. TNA and WWE are two completely different products. I think a lot of people get caught up, especially with guys like there's one newsletter out there. Okay, guys like Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez, and these are two guys that cannot stand TNA, and no matter what they do, these guys are going to hate on TNA, especially these two in general. They're going to hate on TNA, and I think that rubs off on a lot of other people where whatever these people say, we're going to hate on them as well. And TNA, I mean, just look at it from a fan's perspective. TNA is not as bad as many people make it sound. And there are some people that are just so completely over the top with bashing TNA, and I think it rubs off on many other people. And I understand. Well,
and you know something else that I was going to say, a lot of people forget this too. I mean, even people that talk about this for a living, dude. TNA is still a very young company. They're not even 9 years old yet, are they? Or 10?
Right. Well, probably getting close to 10, right? 10 years.
For 10 years, man, I think they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, WCW wasn't, pulling any good numbers, and they were around much longer than that before they started getting really successful.
It's just these people that continue to bitch and these people that continue to trash the booking in TNA, but yet just sit back and chill out and just watch the fucking product, man. I couldn't do it any better. You couldn't do it any better.
No way.
Yet Vince Russo is the most hated man in the industry. You know what I mean? But yet, none of us, me, you, none of us could do it any better. And I mean, you could just argue this. You could argue TNA versus WWE all day, for weeks, for months, for years on end. And there would be no clear-cut winner. Both companies have their flaws. WWE has their flaws. TNA has their flaws. It's all about matter of opinion. Mm-hmm. And to say that TNA is trash. Well, if TNA is trash, then WWE. WWE's got to be trash.
Oh, 100%.
If TNA is sucking so bad, WWE is not all that much better. So
anybody who can sit here and say that WWE puts on the better program with better wrestling weekly is out of their mind.
With better wrestling, if you're talking in-ring, okay, if you're talking, I can understand WWE as far as name value is concerned, guys like Taker and Triple H and just name value, but TNA also has guys.
They have some big names too,
big names as well, but it's just, like I said, man, we could argue, you could just argue this all day, but as far as in-ring product, okay, as far as in-ring work, if you're talking about, from a match standpoint, if you were to take 6 WWE matches and 6 TNA matches, and you're asking which in-ring work is going to be better, TNA is going to blow them out of the water, but it's just that WWE has this style where nearly every match is worked. Nearly every match is worked in the same type of manner, you know what I mean? They've got basically TNA tells their guys to go out there, go balls to the wall, bust ass, tell a story, obviously. Use in-ring psychology, tell a story, but go out there and take high risks and do dives outside. And in WWE, it's much more tame,
No chops.
Oh God! Well, no chops for certain people. You know what I mean? Certain people can use chops. Certain people can't use chops. That's politics and wrestling right there, my man. Politics and wrestling at its best.
Oh, for sure.
Guys, get to our live chat room, www.WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Lots and lots of people in there tonight. We're going to run down TNA's No Surrender. I guess we'll start from the top and run it down. Then we'll get into Monday Night Raw. Hopefully we're done with this in hour number 1. And then in hour number 2, we want to spend a little bit of time on Luna Vachon from last week. Boy, I'll tell you what, man. The more details that come out on that story, the I mean, we'll get into that later, but I mean, the latest report out where, you know, she was found with. We'll get into it later. And then we've got to talk about Jim the Anvil Neidhart as well, who was arrested this past Sunday night. So we'll talk about that as well. So here we go. TNA No Surrender, top to bottom, man. Like we said, man, I thought the in-ring work was good, but it was sloppy at times, and we'll talk about that as we run through each match. We kicked it off with MCMG, Motor City Machine Guns against Generation Me. There was a late change here. It was originally supposed to be Desmond Wolf and Magnus. Yeah, London Brawling. There was an issue where London Brawling was pulled from the pay-per-view. The last I heard, it was disciplinary on behalf of Desmond Wolf.
Yes, that's what I was thinking myself.
I don't have any more on that. Yeah, I don't have any more on that, but I believe it was a disciplinary reason for Desmond Wolf. Magnus is out. Magnus kind of got screwed as he was scheduled to be in the match, and then something happened with Desmond Wolf. We'll have more on that next week, but something happened, and they were pulled from the match. So we had Generation Me, who took their spot. This is a good opener, man. I thought it was. Some spots towards the end of the match, they just... I don't want to call them botches because they weren't botches, but there were things that were just not flowing towards the end of that match. There were spots that were off, man. They covered it well, but there were spots that were off towards the end of that match.
You know, the one thing I was really surprised with this match, bro, was usually when you got like Motor City Machine Guns and Generation Me, it's kind of crazy. You know, you got your high spots every 20 seconds, little selling. But I thought like this match was like pretty damn good paced. And
Can I ask you a question? I don't mean to cut you off. Is somebody shaving their face?
You hear? Oh, that's the this is gonna sound bad too, bro. That is actually the fire alarm going off because they have like those fire drill things here. It's like we're back in elementary school. But I'm not going outside. I'm staying in here.
All right. So there may be, quite possibly, there may be a fire in your dorm room right now. And
I'm staying.
And here you are live, baby, live on WZR Radio. I like that, baby.
Give it another 10 minutes and I could be dead, but I'm doing it for the people, baby.
Yeah, that's
doing it for the people, daddy.
God, you know, Pricey in the chat room says, you know, I'm shaving my balls. I was thinking, Jesus, is Hall doing the same thing? What the fuck's going on here, dude?
I didn't even know y'all heard that. Sorry about that.
No doubt. All right, well, hopefully there's not a fire, and hopefully we'll be good.
Well, if I stop talking, that means I'm probably dead, so just go on without me.
You never know what's going to happen here on WZR Radio. We've got fire drills tonight. Wow, last week you had me drinking beers with you. Taking pisses. You had me in the Times Union Center bathroom taking pisses live on. But you never know, baby, live radio, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, my man, exactly. But we're staying with you.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so listen, man, Generation Me, I mean, good opener, just some sloppiness towards the end of the match. We had Saban and Shelley, Motor City Machine Guns, won with it was like, they do that combination. It's like a combination neckbreaker and neckbreaker and backbreaker or something. It's like a crossbody neckbreaker or something, man. It's a you know what I'm talking about. It's a That was good. Shelley pinned Jeremy Buck.
Don't they call it Skull and Bones or something like that?
Skull and Bones.
There we go.
That is Daddy-O.
Let me ask you, does Generation Me kind of remind you of like either a mix between the Rockers and like just Jeremy and Max, kind of like wannabes of the Hardy Boys?
You hear the last Ring of Honor show, because these guys came out of Ring of Honor, and the last Ring of Honor show that I went to, I know you guys that listen to WZR every week, remember, some of you guys don't remember this, the last Ring of Honor show that I went to in New York City, where we had this loud chant of bootleg Hardys, they are a Hardy Boys. I mean, it is to a T, bro. It's a Hardy Boys knockoff.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I mean, it is a Hardy Boys knockoff, man. Long hair, I mean, everything to a T, man. Hardy Boys knockoff. Yes.
Oh, sorry, dude.
What are you doing there, man?
I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to shave it. No, I'm trying to shave. I'm just playing with you. All right, it's gone. Sorry, I was trying to get rid of that. Yeah, I agree 100% though. Hardy Boys knockoff.
Yeah, Hardy Boys knockoff.
Definitely.
We had Hardy Boys knockoff. They turned heel. After this, yeah, they hit that double team DDT on the apron on Alex Shelley. So this was a general. What the fuck was that?
That was not my side of it. That was your side. What you got going on over there?
I don't know, man. All right. So, anyways, we had heel turn for Generation Me. So we'll have to wait and see where they go with this. By the way, TNA is taping 3 weeks worth of Impact this week. They taped last week. They're taping tonight and taping tomorrow night as well. Hopefully, in a short while, we'll have SmackDown and Impact spoilers for you guys. Check my email here in a little bit.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We had Douglas Williams against Sabu for the X Division title. God, you knew Sabu going in wasn't going to win the X Division title here. The end spot where Sabu set up the chair and then went to do his thing where he, steps on the chair, steps on the top rope, and then goes to the outside. He fucked that up, man. It was just spot on.
And that Doug Williams just carried it the entire way, too. It was terrible. Terrible match.
Yeah, Williams used a belt shot for the win. Ref wasn't looking, and just a ton of missed spots there, so that was whatever. We had Velvet Sky and Madison Rayne. God, they had Tara and Madison Rayne came out before the match and basically did the kiss before they got in the ring. You see that teased every week, bro. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that the crowd was so fucking dead, man, that somebody in TNA just basically went out there and said, Jesus Christ, kiss each other, please. Get this crowd back into this. You know what I mean? I talked about during the pay-per-view about that, and they were just so dead by this point. They kept this real short. Velvet Sky won clean with the DDT. Horrible, no heat, nothing. They kept it short, so...
Hey, it was better than what Melina and Alicia Fox pulled off at SummerSlam, though, so a little bit of credit.
God, what about Alicia Fox's promo? We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, shit, she didn't make any sense, man. That made no sense.
I didn't understand anything she pretty much said. It was terrible.
That's a classic example of WWE giving Alicia Fox a script, line for line, okay, word for word, and she went out there and just, read it off, spent an hour drilling that into her head, and then went out there and just read it off word by word. And you
still look like an idiot.
Oh god, so fucking horrible. Jeff Hardy was backstage, basically said tonight he's gonna, when he wins his match, he's gonna honor RVD, who's out. The reason RVD, for those who haven't heard, is out of TNA is basically he's got the same sort of deal as Ric Flair, where they've got a certain amount of dates that they were signed with, and basically RVD was running out of dates faster than they would have liked.
And see, that confuses the hell out of me. I mean, think about this. I mean, they know they're going to be using the man a lot because they give him the strap. So, I mean, you got to figure you're going to have him on TV all the damn time. So, instead, I mean, why not just restructure this contract as you go?